Prototype weapons have been a mystery to us so far. If you didn't know, prototype weapons are going to be a new addition to Defiance 2050, and we've been teased by them for a while. The devs have talked about them in past dev streams, but not in much or any detail at all. As of May 4th, we finally got a glimpse of what some of these prototype weapons will look like, and how they will act. If you're unaware, each weapon you pick up in Defiance 2050 is randomized in stats. Sometimes you'll get a good condition gun that will do you good, and other times you'll get a not so good weapon that won't be of much use to you. Weapons can be modified in many ways to make them more powerful and have specific purposes. The higher your armor rating, the better weapons you'll get. But now we know about prototype weapons. Prototype weapons are not randomized in stats at all. They have specific stats for each weapon, and it is unknown if you'll be able to enhance these. If I had to take a guess, I would say that you will not be able to enhance these, considering they are very specifically designed and carefully handcrafted. These weapons will be extremely rare to find, and I'm assuming there's either a level requirement to be able to find these weapons, or the chances of finding one of these weapons increases as you reach higher levels. 3 different prototype weapons were displayed on the Try-On dev stream, and I will be showcasing each and going into as much detail as I possibly can. If you would like to see the dev stream for yourself, I will leave it in the description for you to check out. First up, we have the Hellbug Venom Spitter. The devs did say that the names are not permanent and are subject to change, so take each weapon name with a grain of salt. They will probably be changed by the full release. This weapon has an amazing aesthetic, and it looks a lot like a detonator or grenade launcher. You'll fire out the gross Hellbug spit that a Hellbug archer shoots, and it will do a nice bit of AoE damage, and it's ultimately just a wacky grenade launcher. One thing I did consider is that perhaps this weapon slows enemies like the Hellbug archer does. If that is the case, this weapon can have a lot of purposes for certain enemies that move quickly, like Hellbugs, ironically enough. Up next is the Scrapper SMG. It's themed after the Scrappers in game, and its bullets will have a Scrapper effect when shot. That's all that was really determined for this weapon, but I could see this weapon being effective against shielded enemies and perhaps having an infinite ammo with an overheating mechanic applied. Lastly, we can see what is currently being called the Gore Hogger. This weapon is very 99er themed, and it will actually shoot drills out of it. There was some nice actual in-game modeling of the gun as well. As you can see, it's not fully textured, but this is a look at the in-engine model of the weapon. This might be a weapon that could do some sort of piercing damage. Armor is being added to Defiance 2050 to be an item alongside shields, so we'll see how that plays out. These were the 3 prototype weapons we were able to get a look at on the dev stream. I know I and many others are very excited to grind out the hours to finally get these wacky weapons when the full game releases. Subscribe for a new Defiance 2050 video every day, and a look at all the new content to be expected in Defiance 2050. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next Defiance video.